Most people think closing a deal takes months of relationship building before a single application ever gets signed. None of that is true. You can go from a cold prospect to a signed application in one weekend. But only if you stop doing what every other broker does. Here's the challenge. By Monday morning, one of two things happens. Either you have a real application sitting in front of a lender, or you know exactly which three people to call next. That's it. That's the weekend challenge. And before you think this is about being pushy, it's not. Now here's where it gets interesting. There are two ways to do this, and most new brokers pick the wrong one. I'll show you both and exactly which one closes. Here's the fight, and it happens inside every new broker's head. Camp 1 says, speed kills deals. Trust takes months. If you push a prospect on day one, you look desperate and you lose them forever. Camp 2 says, speed is the deal. Momentum closes. The prospect is already thinking about it, and if you're not in front of them this weekend, someone else is. Here's my position. Both camps are half right. The mistake most new brokers make is they confuse speed of outreach with speed of closing. You can move fast on the front end. Volume of touches, quick follow-up, a same-day call. That's speed of outreach, and it's exactly what you want. What you never rush is the customer. The decision still sits with them on their timeline. You move fast, so you're there when they're ready, not so you can push them before they are. That distinction is the whole video. Get it backwards, and you're either too slow to matter or too pushy to trust. Get it right, and a weekend is enough. Let's strip this down to the basics. Here's the exact weekend, hour by hour. Friday evening, 1 hour. Build a list of 20 prospects, not 50, 20. From industries that buy equipment right now: construction, trucking, medical, dental, manufacturing. Qualify every name with one question. Did they buy or expand in the last 90 days? If yes, they go on the list. If no, they don't. A business that just added 2 trucks is thinking about financing. A business that hasn't changed anything in 2 years isn't. That's your foundation. 20 names, and you know why each one made the list. Saturday, 3 to 4 hours. This is the outreach sprint. Volume beats perfection here. 20 touches, direct and specific. Don't say, "Hi, I'm a finance broker. Let me know if you ever need anything." That gets deleted. Say this: "I saw you added 2 trucks recently. How did you finance them?" Specific. It references their business. It opens a real conversation instead of a pitch. Your goal is not 20 yeses. Your goal is 3 real conversations. 3 people who talk to you like a human being, not a cold call. Out of 20 touches, 3 conversations is a good weekend. Sunday, 2 hours. Follow up with your 3 conversations and get 1 prospect to a soft commitment. That commitment sounds like this: "Send me your last 2 years of financials, and I'll have options for you by Tuesday." That's it. That's the win. Not a signed contract, a signed application in motion. 1 person who agreed to take the next step. Now here's where it gets interesting, because most brokers quit before they understand what a weekend like this is actually worth. You are not closing a $500,000 deal in 2 days. Nobody does that, but you are winning the application, and the application is the whole game. Let me show you the math. On a $500,000 deal at 3%, that's $15,000 for 1 transaction. $15,000 for maybe 10 hours of work across a weekend. But here's what most new brokers miss. The application isn't just one deal. The prospect who sends you financials on a Sunday night, that's a relationship. One that leads to the next truck, the next machine, the next referral. Think of the broker as a guide and a matchmaker. The customer may not know which financing option fits. The lender may not want to spend time sorting through incomplete applications. You stand in the middle and you make both sides work. So the weekend isn't about one commission. It's about building the pipeline that pays you for years. That's your foundation. Now, someone watching this is thinking, what if they say no? What if I do the whole weekend and everyone says not now? Good. Because here's what I want you to do when that happens. First, don't chase. A no on a cold touch is not a no forever. It's a not now. Write down the name, note the reason, and move to the next one. Momentum matters more than any single yes. Second, when they say not now, ask one question. What would need to change for this to make sense for you? That question does two things. It tells you whether this is a timing problem or a real objection, and it keeps the door open without you pushing. Third, and this is the part nobody wants to hear, if you got 0 real conversations out of 20 touches, the problem isn't the prospect. It's the list. It wasn't qualified. Go back to Friday night. That's the fix, not more dialing. Your first weekend will be awkward. You'll ask dumb questions. You'll make mistakes. Do it anyway. This business rewards persistence. The brokers who succeed are the ones who keep going after everyone else quits. Here's the challenge. One more time. 1 weekend, 20 names, 3 conversations. 1 application in motion. That's it. That's the weekend challenge. Subscribe to Equipment Finance Academy for step-by-step training on closing high-value deals. Visit equipmentfinanceacademy.com.